Hey guys, welcome to another What I Ate in a Week video. My name is Emily and I'm going to show you what I ate in a week. This is the second part to the 99-cent store video that I did where everything I bought was from the 99-cent store. In the first one, I showed a grocery haul and the first 3 days of the week, and in this one, I'm showing the last 4 days of the week and some concluding thoughts. So feel free to check out the part 1, it'll be linked in the description, and if you've already watched it, carry on. So first of all, we're starting off with the classic smoothie that I make in like all of these videos at least once, except I'm not using peanut butter in it because I'm gonna have a slice of toast with peanut butter on that. I'm trying to diversify, you know, make something a little different, because I know a lot of people say like they like smoothies but they can't eat only a smoothie. They have to have something like solid with it, or else they just don't feel like they ate a full breakfast. And so like this is something that I would do on a day like that. I'm just trying to be, you know, unique. I'm trying to be interesting for you guys, okay? So then for lunch, speaking of wanting to be creative for you guys, I'm having some of the pasta leftovers, except today I really had breadcrumbs on the mind, and I was like, how can I do like some like good topping on top of this? And I really should get into the habit of making breadcrumbs because I know it's a good like food waste method where you can like take stale or old dried up bread or whatever and make really good breadcrumbs out of it in the oven. But anyways, I didn't do that, but we had some sliced almonds and I was going to like mix them with olive oil and seasonings and a little bit of nutritional yeast in a bowl, but then I was like, why would I do that when I could just do it all right on top of the pasta? You know, when you have a YouTube channel, you should really like be up for like putting the extra effort in to like get another bowl dirty, even though you then have to clean it. But like sometimes I forget that I'm even making a YouTube video because I'm just so used to filming what I eat that it just doesn't even... I've gotten too comfortable, you guys. I've gotten too comfortable. But anyways, I made a lazy nut topping for my pasta. I just wanted to have like a crunchy texture on top. You know, sometimes when you want a little munch on top of your slurp, you know? So then, not for dinner, but before dinner, I was making some homemade granola, which I had not made in a long time. And I found a super simple ingredient and easy to make granola recipe online that only had peanut butter, sweetener syrup, vanilla, cinnamon, salt, and obviously oats. And all you have to do is just mix your sweetener syrup with your peanut butter, and you're supposed to like heat it together. You can do it either on the stove or I just did it in the microwave just so it mixes together better and becomes one. I used the agave from the 99-cent store obviously, but you can also use like maple syrup if you want. The recipe I think used honey, and yeah, once that's smooth, you just mix in the vanilla extract and then your oats and just stir those in until it's, you know, fully coated oats. Fully oated coats. And then you put the cinnamon in and mix that in, and then you put the salt in and you mix that in. You could also, for like extra fall-esqueness, you could mix in some like pumpkin pie spice or whatever, you know, whatever you're feeling like. I cut up some apples. Actually, I think I just ended up doing one. It ended up being kind of a lot, so I just left the other one out. But I cut it up into really small cubes and then just mix that in with the granola too, so they would bake in there. I liked this in there because I like baked apples a lot, and I thought it was like a good addition, and it also helped to like sweeten it if you don't want to use as much sweetener. But I think it probably made the granola softer as it was like being kept, you know. I think if I had it kept in the mason jar without the apples in there, that it probably would have remained crunchier. You can also buy like actual dried apples to use in this, and then you can make sure that they're like fully dried, no moisture in them. You can also bake the apples like separately and then just like sprinkle on some when you eat the granola. You know, I'm giving you so many options here. You're freaking welcome, dude. What you're supposed to do is like really mush the granola together like I'm doing, like pack it in. I guess that's what creates like the clumps of granola instead of just like a bunch of crunchy little oat kernels. There's a better word for that. I know there is. Clusters. You can have clusters of granola. So whilst that was in the oven, I plated myself a nice little plate of microwave leftovers of that chickpea curry from the other night. So whatever you're into, you know, you can spread it out if you want, you can clump it together if you want. I just basically took it in and out of the oven quite a few times. I just kept checking on it once it was getting about time, so I knew like it was getting to the amount of crunchiness that I wanted. And then I just put it all in a mason jar with my nice little mason jar funnel that I bought on Amazon, which I'm very thankful for because I am a spiller when it comes to pouring things into mason jars. And also for like bulk shopping, it's kind of helpful. And I even had some for like a midnight snack because this week I was editing I was staying up editing a different video, but at least my minute snack is kind of healthy. You know, it's nutritious, it's got protein. So then in the morning, I had some nice peanut butter toast with fruit on it, but this time I cooked the fruit on it. So, you know, maybe you want to have peanut butter toast, but you're like, I want something warm and toasty, like extra toasty than toast already is. And so have you ever thought about cooking it? You know? So I put the leftover cinnamon apples on top of one slice, and then I put some frozen blueberries on top of the other slice, and I put them in the air fryer. Obviously you could do this in like a toaster oven also, or even an oven if you really want to get into that in the morning. I've been trying to use my air fryer more lately because it's fun, and a lot of the time it's just like I just forget that it's there. And then I just drizzled some agave on top of that for some extra flavor, and it was really good. Something different, you know? If you just have frozen fruit and no fresh fruit lying around, this is like a good option. So I want to thank the sponsor for this video, Buffy. So Buffy is obviously a bedding company that makes everything from pillows to sheets to comforters from super soft, sustainable materials. So I was super thankful when Buffy offered to sponsor a video because I've actually already owned this particular comforter, which is their cloud comforter, for about a year now. In the wintertime, I would often just like pile on blanket after blanket because my toes are super cold. But then like after piling on all those blankets, I would get claustrophobic, wake up in the middle of the night sweaty. I'm a bed sweater. This is the only comforter that I've been able to find that I'm actually like really warm and cozy, and my toes are even, you know, my toasty toes are toasty, but then I don't wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning sweaty anymore. So I've balance, you know, harmony. Buffy's products are made from eucalyptus fiber that is super smooth and softer than cotton. It's sourced from renewable forests, consumes 10 times less water to grow, and is made via a waste-free production process. And cruelty-free, made from no animal products, obviously. What's really cool is you can try out one of their products, such as one of these nice little comforters, and sleep with it, see how you like it, free shipping, free returns, and then if you end up not loving it, you can just send it back free of charge. So like I said, I already have the cloud comforter, but they also sent me the breeze comforter to try out. They're both breathable material, they're both eucalyptus, but the breeze comforter is extra cool to the touch. It's temperature regulating, so I'm really excited to be able to use that in the warmer months here because in the Central Valley it gets ridiculously hot. So if you're interested in trying anything out, you can click the link in the description and use the code Emily Ewing, all one word, to get $20 off your Buffy purchase and try it out. So yeah, again, thank you to Buffy for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it so much, and back to the video. So then I had some more leftovers of that pasta, but another variation again, so exciting. Just never stops coming. I'm a creativity machine, just breaking barriers, breaking down walls, inventing, innovating. Anyways, I air fried a chicken patty, baby, and I cut it up into the pasta. I also put some nutritional yeast on top of that. It's hard for me to eat pasta without nutritional yeast these days, you know? It's like, it's a healthy addiction. Is that a thing? So then I made a big ol' pot of soup at my grandma's house, very wholesome. In case you were wondering why the kitchen looks different and why the lighting is impeccably better. Is that a thing to say? Yeah, it's a veggie bean soup. What about it? I started by sauteing some onions in olive oil, and then I added some minced garlic, and then I added a bunch of cubed up potatoes. I started with things that would need more time to cook, and then it just, you know, kept going from there. Then I put in a bunch of cubed butternut squash, and then some broccoli. And then I put in a can of diced tomatoes and a bunch of water, some cauliflower. The cauliflower and broccoli are not from the 99-cent store. They were just veggies that we had already in the house that I wanted to use up. I put in a bunch of celery. I seasoned it with some salt and pepper, which I think was actually seasoned pepper and garlic salt, but you know. I also put some crushed red pepper and maybe paprika. I don't completely remember, and basically the broth is primarily made up of a bunch of water, a can of diced tomatoes, so there's a lot of juice in that, you know, and like partially a tomato broth, and then a big scoop of bouillon paste, which I'm a big fan of, if I haven't said it enough. In this video I actually had a vegan chicken bouillon paste, But usually I just use a vegetable one. They're both from the same brand, but for some reason Sprouts only sells the vegetable one and not the fake chicken one. So I actually bought that because I was at Whole Foods for once in my life. Oh yeah, so the lima beans, I straight up did not realize that they were humongous. So that's what those are.
Get some of that juice. Yeah, sweet juice. I love it.
This was really good. It's a little bit strange to have the butternut squash in there. I realized that afterward, like, is it weird to put just like chunks of butternut squash in a soup rather than having like a butternut squash soup, you know, where it's like blended into it? But I mean, I liked it. Everyone I made it for liked it. My grandma liked it, and that's the most important thing here. So moving on.
It's got cantaloupe. What?
I promise it's not cantaloupe.
It's butternut squash. Oh, I love butternut squash.
Yay. Midnight snack of granola. Just the soy milk from 99-cent store. And then in the morning, again, trying to use my gadgets because, you know, if you pay for gadgets, you gotta use them. You gotta use what you paid for, you know? You gotta make sure you get the bang for your buck. Not that I don't use this enough for rice, but like, sometimes I'm like, why don't I ever even like try anything other than rice in the rice cooker? Like, I know it's able to make other things. I just don't do it. But today, I attempted to make some oatmeal in the rice cooker. I did not put enough water at first. Oh no. But it's okay. I added it later and it was fine. And then I also added the rest of the leftover cinnamon apples and some more cinnamon and a little bit of agave, and that was my breakfast. Pretty easy, pretty simple. And then I put some granola on top just for a little bit of crunch and to make it look a little bit better in the camera, you know? Always thinking about those aesthetics, obviously. Take one look at any part of this video, you'll see, just like this, for example, like, doesn't that shot just look so well put together? Like, it's like I just spent so much time on like crafting each shot of my videos to make it look like so good for you guys. Okay, this is not even funny anymore. It's just kind of sad. It's just kind of making me feel bad about my YouTube career. It's fine. More curry leftovers is the reason why it's fine. Am I right, ladies? And then for breakfast, I made another smoothie with just blueberries and banana and soy milk. Simple, you know, for just those days, just those like banana, blueberries, soy milk days, you know. I just wasn't that hungry and I didn't have all of the ingredients anymore, so I just thought I would just make a little simple one, you know. And then for lunch, I had some of the leftover soup. It looks so much uglier in our kitchen, in our lighting. So much uglier. It's crazy. But tasted just as good, you know? It's all about what's in the inside that counts. Dude, yum. You gotta try making soup. If you haven't made your own soup, it's so easy. It's so fun. And it just makes the house smell good. And then for dinner, this is the last dinner of the video, so I was mainly just trying to use up things. So I had one potato? I think I had one potato left in the bag of potatoes. And so I just put it in the air fryer again, using that air fryer, you know, with some olive oil and seasonings. I had some chipotle powder that I bought from Sprouts that I was pretty excited about. It smells so good and it really adds like a nice flavor to your meals, you know? I guess that's just what like spices do, but like this one especially. I did the exact same thing with the chickpeas, like the same seasonings and just like a little bit of olive oil. And yes, I could have put it all in the air fryer at once. That probably would have been the smarter thing to do. But I had more chickpeas than I did potatoes. Like I wasn't planning on eating all of the chickpeas. So that was why I did that. But yeah, I just air fried those and then I put them together in a bowl with some cut up veggies and hummus. And yeah, that was my really simple, kind of randos rar XD dinner. I kind of just wanted something simple because this night was the night before Thanksgiving and all through the house, just kidding, I was making pies. And so I was eating, like taste testing the pie ingredients. So I was like, you know, trying to eat something just kind of like light and simple for dinner, but also use up some of the last ingredients of my grocery haul. And so yeah, it's a super easy thing. So another variation of this, wow, we're just full of variations today, is that you could always just plop a bunch of cut up veggies on a cookie sheet with some chickpeas, like just like a can of chickpeas, just pour it all out on a cookie sheet with some olive oil and a bunch of seasonings and stuff, maybe some herbs if you got them. Dude, I'm really into herbs lately, not weed. And put it in the oven and just like broil that ish, you know? And then serve it over rice or something. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video in its entirety. I really appreciate it. And thoughts on the 99-cent store? Honestly, I was pretty happy with the way that this video went and with the way that the grocery haul went. I ended up spending less than I thought that I would spend. My goal was kind of like to spend somewhere between $30 and $35, and I spent a little bit less than $30, so that was nice. And also, I ended up with a lot of stuff left over after this video. Not a lot, but like I ended up using quite a bit of the bag of potatoes for my Thanksgiving video to make my mashed potatoes. I had some rice left over, some oats left over, an apple left over. I had a little bit of peanut butter left over, and I barely ate the cucumber in this week, which is pretty sad. I want to like cucumber more than I actually like cucumber. And also I only used about half the butternut squash. And I had a few slices of bread left. I think that's it, but I did manage to use quite a bit of it also. I think I did a lot better in this video than I did in the Aldi video with like staying to the theme more. So yeah, please comment down below what other places you'd like to see me shop from for a week. I have other themes in mind too, but like the grocery shopping ones where it's all from one store are pretty fun. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe, like it, share it, comment if you want. Not sure how much more I'll be posting for the rest of this month considering the holidays. But for now, I'll say happy holidays to all of you. Hope you enjoy your rest of your December and start your 2020 off right.